Before rapper Digga D could legally buy a pint of beer at any one of his local London pubs, he'd become a breakthrough drill artist in his home country of the UK. Today at 21 years old, he's now grown up enough to spend his fortune any way he sees fit. So how much is this upcoming artist worth? Well, according to sites like Pop Noble and Capital Extra, he's got a net worth of $100,000 or somewhere in that range. Now I know what you're thinking, that number sounds awfully low. And it is. However, the long and complicated legal history Digga D has had to contend with over the past few years has definitely prevented him from earning his true worth.
Today, a judge banned 5 young drill artists from performing or uploading songs that incite violence. The ruling is significant, thought to be the first time a CBO has been used to censor art.
That being the case, Digga is still more than willing to spend what money he does have on some truly spectacular purchases. I'm talking the likes of 6-figured Richard Mille watches.
Saying Digga, you joined the club? Had to. Richard Mille Club. Whoa.
As well as dropping a mint on brand new Lamborghini truck that comes with all the bells and whistles, while also treating his new girlfriend, Instagram model Maya Mills, to the finer things in life, like a fashionable Birkin bag. Taking a step back and adding all of that up makes me doubt more than ever that $100,000 net worth projection. After all, a young man with enough entrepreneurial sense to start his own music collective as a teenager must still be making mad bank on hit songs in his adult life, right? Especially when you're topping that account off with a little extra income from your very own merch store. So without further ado, let's take a look at the rich life of Digga D. Back in the mid-2010s, Digga D formed his very own collective, the 1011 Crew, alongside some friends from a local youth club. Reflecting on this early decision in his life, Digga told The Face, "We were just messing around with music. 1011 started musically as a joke." Based at a Ladbroke Grove in West London, the boys gained some local underground buzz in 2016 with hit street anthems like Play for the Pagans, The Truth, and their breakthrough hit, No Hook. That latter track in particular highlighted Digga's unique flow and chest-puffing bravado that would herald him as the next big MC in the increasingly crowded hip-hop field. But just as it looked like Digga D might set himself apart from the rest of the pack, he and 4 other members of 1011 were arrested in June of 2017, following a stop and search in which the group was seen carrying weapons that they claimed were going to be used in the filming of a new music video. The fallout from this arrest would be long-lasting. Digga D was sentenced to a year in jail and ordered to adhere to a criminal behavior order, otherwise known as a CBO. That prevented him from releasing any further music without it first being approved by the Metropolitan Police in London. When asked by The Face if he thought he was being unfairly prosecuted, Digga D told them, "Oh, of course, 100%. They didn't ban me from my music at first, only as it started hitting millions, and they saw me prospering from it." In other words, the amount of money that Digga D was making from his singles over on YouTube was directly related to the police deciding to put the clamps down on his artistic expression. Many of the MC's most popular videos were taken down, and sure, a number of them were eventually re-uploaded by fans, but still, that doesn't help Digga D profiting from his own work, does it? Due to this type of activity, today, according to the site socialblade.com, Digga is only making anywhere between $500 and $8,000 a month from his YouTube. Digga eventually found himself out of prison in 2018. Soon after, No Diet, the lead single from his debut mixtape, Double Tap Diaries, peaked at number 20 on the UK charts. But only days after that album dropped, Digga confirmed that he was back in a jail cell after having broken some of his strict conditions of his CBO. He'd spent yet another year locked up. Upon his release in May of 2020, Digga wouldn't waste much time releasing his new single, Woy, which set the table for his second mixtape, Made in the Pyrex. That project dropped in February of 2021 and would climb all the way to the number 3 spot on the UK official album charts, making it the highest ranking independent UK drill album ever. As for his collective, Digga rebranded his label as CGM, which stands for Cherish God More. But with Digga still being an independent artist, the only person he's seeing money from right now is himself. That being said, his ambitions are crystal clear, and he recently told The Face, "I'm just having fun with it. I don't need to put on a gangsta act. I want to be a millionaire with a couple of houses." Since Digga D's music catalog is being handicapped by the authorities, he may have to wait a little bit longer to become that millionaire he plans to be. That being said, he's found other ways to try and recoup some of these losses, primarily by operating his own merch store over at the official Digga D store. You can find a few select different items available for purchase, including a $49 t-shirt, or this $35 kitchen apron. And you know, I get that Pyrex is a kitchen brand, but that's still an awfully niche reference. I mean, but then again, what other rapper do you know that sells a kitchen apron with his name on it? If you're really a big fan of Digga's, then you can throw in for the whole kit and caboodle that comes with not only a t-shirt and apron, but a copy of Made in Pyrex as well for $90. I couldn't find access to the amount of site traffic that Digga's store sees in a regular month, but if we're to estimate that he sees around 60,000 unique visitors, then we could take the average conversion rate of most online stores, 7%, and multiply both those numbers by the cost of Digga's biggest seller to get some idea of what he's earning. So let's go with that $50 t-shirt. If we plug that into our formula, then my best guess is that Digga is earning somewhere around $200,000 from his online merch store during a very good month. Now that we know how Digga earns his money, let's take a gander at how he spends it. Once he was out of prison for the second time in as many years, Digga didn't waste a whole lot of time hooking up with one of the hottest Instagram models around. I'm talking about Maya Mills. These two became an item in May of 2021, and since then, Digga made some headlines for gifting his new boo a spectacular Birkin handbag. For those of you who don't know, a Birkin handbag costs an arm and a leg and then some. In fact, Digga would have to throw down around $30,000 for this 30cm large purse. Damn man, that's like $1 grand per centimeter. He really must like Maya. Then again, I've seen her Instagram and I guess I like Maya too. Look, what I'm trying to say here is that I get where he's coming from. All in all, that was probably a pretty heady purchase, even if the rumor mill suggests that these two aren't together any longer. Moving on, let's take a look at a big time gift that Digga recently picked up for himself, a brand new $200,000 Lamborghini Urus truck. The Lamborghini Urus is powered by a 4-liter twin turbo V8 engine and can go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 3.6 seconds. And while the only taste we've gotten of Digga's beauty is a sneak peek of the interior, the luxury Italian craftsmanship is evident with the state-of-the-art technology, aerospace-inspired design, and 3 touch screens, making the driving experience of this car one to die for. Finally, the last big expenditure of Digga's that we're going to take a look at today is a Richard Mille RM30 watch that he recently bought himself.
This ain't no entry-level RM, this is a big boy, crazy RM, 21 years old, one of the hottest rappers in the UK right now. Yeah, boy, I'm a different man once I put this one on, you know.
The RM30 is said to represent a dynamic upstep in torque sensor technology with a Dell Cutching rotor system that ensures an ideal degree of spring tension for the perfect supply of torque applied to the watch's movement. My takeaway from all of that, basically this beauty moves real smoothly, and for nearly $340,000 a pop, I'd sure as hell hope so. The creation of each watch is said to involve 20 hours of setting and alignment, as well as 30 hours of programming. Man, do you guys think that Casio goes through all this trouble for their watches? I don't think so either. I think that'll bring this latest investigation into the rich life of Digga D to a close. What did you guys think? Are you surprised about what he spends his money on, especially considering most sites don't seem to think he's worth all that much? I gotta admit, his spending definitely contradicts that sentiment, and in all reality, Digga D is probably much wealthier than the majority of us estimate. After all, how else could he afford a fleet of Rolexes for his boys? Alright guys, my name is Clyde Smith, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in another video.